Hi, this is Tech Greens Monitor, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Make sure that you notify me that if it's a tarot card reading, a pendulum reading, or a flame reading. Let's get started. Oh, just a reminder that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar so you don't miss out. Okay, let's get started with the card of the day. Okay, so I'm flying solo today, so we're gonna trudge our way through. We are doing a card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Very good deck if you want to pick one up at many crystal shops if you have one in your area. Also, we're on Rumble today, so maybe go give that a check or try it out if you like. Okay, so the card for the day says hope is the conduit for miracles. Now, that goes back to having that white light and using that white light to increase the what you want to see in your world around you. Intention. Okay, so it's all about intention. The most important part of being psychic or using magic or anything like that is the intention that you want. Okay, so when you focus on the thing that you want, that is the thing that the universe is going to be giving you. Okay, so very nice artwork. Okay, so there you go. So let's get started as we're waiting for more and more people to get on the chat here. We got a few to go through. Okay. Is Elon Musk a World Economic Forum stooge or a hero? Let's have a look at that. That was a trending term for yesterday on Google search. So let's have a look at that. Give the old cards a good shuffle. Now, I think the entire health of this particular situation, Elon Musk and his association with the WEF, I think is more of one. He probably spoke for them and spoke in front of them. Doesn't quite mean that he's actually part of that organization. I I do have the feeling that he is his own thing. Okay, so that is he's aware of them. He knows them. He probably does business with a whole lot of those particular people. Doesn't mean that he holds the same values that they do. You have to remember World Economic Forum wants to starve us, right? And I don't think that would is good for Elon Musk, any of his businesses. So I don't think that's part of his agenda. And the cards are actually revealing that no, he is not part of that particular situation. For example, Trump spoke at one of their functions a long time ago and told them to, you know, screw off, which didn't fare well for the United States. That's right after that uh, speech Trump did at Davos, I think. That's exactly after that the COVID-19 thing started happening. Okay, so I don't believe Elon Musk is any part of World Economic Forum. Financially, he does have ties with them, but he's looking for ways around them in good ways. Being one of the richest people on the planet, he's not the richest, but he's one of the richest. There are people that we do not know about that are actually richer than Elon Musk. Um, but they keep themselves in. He is trying to disrupt their finances and build a new system around them. Okay. As we go further into 2023, you're going to be noticing there's a lot of parallel economies happening that are trying to go around, okay, many of the World Economic Forum companies. And this is probably why Elon Musk is deep into Dogecoin and Bitcoin and that sort of thing. Moving forward, okay, and the cards are also revealing that he's actually playing with the white hats. That's my white hat card, okay? And he is part of the planning process of getting rid of these jokers because it's not good for business when everybody's dying or poor or can't afford his products. And we'll get into that in a minute on what's going on. And he's actually, there's a female energy that I'm feeling that is behind the white hats. I'm not quite sure who this person is, but I keep picking it up that it's a female that's the kind of the one that's in charge of many of the white hat activity moving forward. It's a female energy that's working through many of the other people. She remains hidden, but she's directing traffic as we move along into the new era of the Aquarius. We're going into Aquarius very soon, and that's about awakening of the people. And of course, you need people to take the forefront, okay, to wake the people up. And Elon Musk is one of those people, especially with many of the things that he is doing with Twitter at the moment. Okay, he's exposing them. I've said it many times. The way to kill the tree of evil, okay, is you have to expose all the roots. And that's what we're experiencing right now. You just can't cut down the tree of evil and have it not grow back. You have to expose the roots, okay, and kill those roots off, and then chop down the tree of evil. And that's basically what Elon Musk is part of with this whole bunch of other people that are working on the betterment of the universe, okay, our universe. So Elon Musk, in short, is not part of the WEF. He is more of a hero with his own agendas. Okay, he's not just doing it out of the benefit for us. It's there's his own money making ideas put into that. Okay, so he's not an angel, but he's good enough to do the deed that he needs to be doing. Okay, so in short, no, he's not a World Economic Forum stooge. Okay, so let's get into the next thing as I gather my cards here. The other thing that was trending was Kevin O'Leary exposed with FTX. And yes, our Mr. Wonderful here in Canada has been exposed to many of the things. Will people pay attention? No, not really. I think people are going to be going away from cryptocurrencies because of the FTX scandal and all that sort of thing, which was planned. Okay. And Kevin Leary was promoting the FTX thing, going because he's all about regulations. And once they start to regulate everything in cryptocurrencies, that's when they basically won. This is why I always stress not to keep your cryptocurrencies on an exchange, for one, and to host those cryptocurrencies on your own wallets, okay? Because at any time they don't like you, they can turn you off, okay? And many of the exchanges now are in bed with world governments, so be warned, okay? It's still the way forward. It is a solution moving forward, cryptocurrencies, but we have to be masters of our own domain. Do not allow, don't rely upon other people to do the things for you. We have to do the thing for yourselves. Okay? And that comes to cryptocurrencies and many other aspects of our lives. So let's throw some cards down for Mr. Kevin O'Leary. What is going to be happening to Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful? in the next little while because he's been exposed. So the particular health, yes, he is part of WEF and all this banking cartel scandal. He wants you to get into regulations and being controlled by the bigger players around us through the cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay. He is attached to it. He was deep into it. I don't think he realized how bad it was going to be. I don't think I got the memo that it was going to collapse exactly the way that it did. Okay. But I do think he was aware of a process of using the FTX to bring on, okay, the regulations. Now people are going to be screaming, oh, you need regulations to help us. Please help us, great governments of the world, to regulate cryptocurrency exchanges. And this will lead us into having a system that's basically like the old system where the big money has all the cryptocurrency and we have the dust. Okay? Be aware of this. Okay? This is why I always stress getting that Trezor wallet or the Ledger Nano or even a hot wallet if you feel a little risque in your crypto holdings. So I don't think anything is going to actually happen to him through this entire process as we're moving forward with the FTX thing going on. But his credibility is going to be waning and nobody's going to be listening to him anymore in the general public. Okay. And that's basically it for him. Okay. It doesn't really matter to these people what happens, okay? Because nothing will happen to them. The people are associated with this particular situation. We have a lot of confusion going on, okay, on how to move forward and how to rectify this particular situation, how to unmuddy his name going forward, because a lot of things are coming out of the woodwork about this particular situation and how it's connected to the banking cartel, the governments, and the World Economic Forum. Okay, there's that female again. That's behind the white hats. Okay, and he doesn't have any prospects of future crypto business. Okay, so he's going to have to think of other things to make money with. Because nobody's going to be trusting him for a long time. But will he see the inside of a prison cell? No. Should he? Yes. Will he? No. Okay, so there's that question out of the way for today with Kevin O'Leary. Now let's go into the last one. Tesla production collapses. Now, you have to remember the media is going to be focusing on him collapsing, but you have to remember all the other tech type sites are also collapsing at the same time, but they're going to be focused on the Tesla because of Elon Musk and his Twitter files, okay, that are coming out. So that it just makes him look like worse than the rest, but they're all in the same camp. Like Apple's fallen down, Amazon has fallen down. Name a tech company, they've all pretty much fallen down, especially in their stock prices. And because of what's happening throughout the world, not many people have money to buy a Tesla product. Okay, and this could be slowing down production. Of course, because nobody really has the money to buy a Tesla vehicle at the moment. Okay, so there's that, and people are going to be fixing up their old vehicles and trying to keep on moving forward with the things that they already have. So, of course, Tesla production will follow suit. The company that I work with laid off a ton of people. We do manufacturing. We, where I work, have cut staff and production as well because of everything that's happening around the planet right now. So it's just not Elon Musk feeling the pain. It's everybody. All the big companies, either they know the World Economic Forum thing or not. They're all going to be suffering from the World Economic Forum stupidity and the governments that followed them in everything, their doctrine. They're like a cult at the World Economic Forum. They have their beliefs and they want to be control of everybody. Okay, and they want to kill off most of the population. So do not believe many of the things that you're seeing on the news about Tesla going to be disappearing anytime soon. They're just having a hard time with like everybody else. Okay, so just have that in mind as we move forward. Okay, now that out of the way, it is time to see if you did your homework. We're going to go back to the chat, see what people are saying. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, Tree of Evil, Bob Job. The Tree of Evil smacked big time, 2023. Exactly. Okay. We got Marlon, we got Bob Job, we got Super Whittle Guy. Excellent. Now, have you done your homework? Now, for those who are, I think there's a few new people I see on the chat here. If you are just tuning in on the remote viewing, we have a target within the envelope, okay? And to play along, you need to have a clean sheet of paper where you're going to be writing down the number over here. YHDR7343, okay, on top of your page, and you're going to be describing everything about that target number, letters and numbers. You're going to be describing the target, so what colors they are, what textures, what smells, what tastes, how does it sound? Is it from the past or is it future or is it present? Okay, that's some things to note on your remote viewing. Okay, you're going to be describing is it natural, is it man-made, is it a structure, is it structures? Okay, you're going to be describing everything about the target without knowing the target. This is how remote viewers do remote viewing. So if you've ever watched any other type of remote viewing on YouTube or any of the other channels, this is basically how they do it, okay, in the basic sense, okay? So let's see what the people are saying. What are we picking up? I do the Johnny Carson thing. Okay, what do we got out there? Super Whittle Guy, what are you picking up? As I have a sip of coffee. What would I never do to you? God, I got nothing for this remote viewing. That's okay if you didn't do your homework. Okay, we can do it right now for the next few minutes. So the first things that come to mind, don't think about it so much, just write it down. Describing the target, okay? There is something in the envelope. Complete flat line. I get nothing, Andre, like a huge void or emptiness. That could be. Okay. Let's let's well, Daisy Chain says water. Ocean from Daisy Chains. An NS. Good. Uh, let's see what colors we see. Let's start off with the first color that comes to mind. Okay. Bob Jab says it's to do with the armed forces, Navy. Famous person. Picked up an army jeep. That could be. Okay. Let's see. We got green, yellow. Okay. Could be weightless. That could be. You see white. Awesome. Clear, rainbow. Now a green plastic arrow. Okay. Picking up a personality trait. That is describing the target. Okay. What smells do we have associated with this target? Is it musky? Is it sweet? Is it dusty, maybe? That sort of thing. Super Whittle guy goes, like someone lost or empty. Could be. Marlon says blue. That could be. Okay. Weapon, new smell. Foul smell, but like saying something smells funny. Okay. Fruity. Has a fruity smell. That could be. So smells, tastes, that would go along with the smell. That could be that fruity taste. Could be something that's around the target. Taste. What period of time is this target? Is it past? Is it present? Is it future? I'm wondering what you guys pick up on that. Charcoal. That could be. Ashes. A missile. That could be very much be. Okay. Taste of metal or something. So, the metal, maybe some mining and that sort of thing. Marlon says past. Okay. Is it man-made or natural? Pop Jab says it's now. That's also true. Daisy Chain says she's seen a treasure for some. It is a treasure in some sense, yes. Man-made with a point. Man-made. Good. Anyone ever see the movie The Never-Ending Story? This reminds me of The Nothing. Okay. What else we got? More man-made. Okay. How big is it? Is it huge? Is it small? Is it medium? Is it bigger than a bread box? Okay. Uh, hard to explain. Okay. Plutonium, maybe. Small. Angeret says small. Anyone else? So it's man-made, could be small. There's fruit smells and tastes around this uh, target. There's blue, rainbow colors. That could be. I think it's related to a story. I think the rainbow, because it's in that area. Um, Super Little Guy says flatline could be death. Hmm. Very interesting, Super Little Guy. That is related. Okay. All these things are very close to the target. I see a lot of little dots. Okay. Hmm. Don't complain about the size. It works. Okay. Flourishing. So the target could have an aspect of tons and tons of things happening around people around this man-made object that's has many colors and has that fruit smell. Uh, could have had a war at some time. Okay. Could be something that happened to them in the past. Okay. Bob Job says, you see dead people. Okay. Uh, could be artillery or not. You don't know, but it could be. Could be part of the history that you're picking up with the target. Okay. Um, it may be an atomic bomb or World War II. That could be. Or a great cataclysm that happened to the target at one point in time. Um, Marlin picks up, I just picked up a war leg wound bandaged with blood. That could be. Okay. Um, what else we got? So we're picking up the activity, the history of the object. Okay. Um, of what has happened to it along its history until now. Okay. So at one time it was flourishing, had many great things, lots of people around it, maybe had a war at some point in time. Okay. Um, may have had a cataclysmic event. Okay. Daisy Chain says antique religion. That could be very well be. Okay. Job says Hiroshima. I think that's more getting into the cataclysm that may have had happened. Pretty good. Or Nagasaki. Um, so ancient religion that was part of the flourishing environment that we're picking up. And for some reason, because of a cataclysm of some sort, could be war, could be natural, could be whatever, there was a lot of aftermath of dead people. Okay. Okay. It's this is weird. I just picked up Big Bird from Sesame Street, yellow and large. It could be a bit of a stretch, but I think it could be. Wait, a volcano or Pompeii. That could be part of the situation. Angaret says, I see a pyramid. Okay, could be related. You're in the ballpark. I'll give you one hint. It's a little older than the pyramid. I just got Joe 90 being programmed. Oh, it could be a bot or something. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with them if there's a bot around. Okay. So, smell of honey. Maybe they had farming. So, we already got that fruit smell. We got honey being developed. That could be. They had a ancient religion devoted to the object. Okay. They had a cataclysm of some sort. Probably had a war. Okay. And then they, for whatever reason, died out. Okay. So that's pretty much what we have so far. Marlon says older than the pyramids. What is older? Anyone? Atlantis. Okay. Dinosaurs. Not that old. I got canyons. Ah, very good. So you're in the ballpark. You're getting into that age where it existed and still exists. Okay, we got flourishing um, things happening around the target. We got farming, we got production, we have people living in harmony at one point with a religion, and then something happened to them. Earth, yeah, it's on Earth. Okay. Um, the pyramid is made of glass. There are some. There's one in France that's made out of glass, which is very nice. But it could be describing uh, volcanic glass from an explosion. Some of the ground will turn into a type of glass. That's what you could be picking up. Okay. Super Little Guy says, I have the aftermath in my visions, it looks like. Okay. Or consequences. Ancient Mayans. Yes, they did have pyramids as well. I think this is a little older than the pyramids. Not by much, though. Yes, the dots. Unless it's a meteor strike somewhere that played into it, giving it too many hints. What else we got? So it was, somebody was saying that it was small. I think the size, meteor is cool. Cool. Okay. There was a sequence of things that happened to the target that had a cosmic event which led to something else with water and stuff. Is it the African tribe? That movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy? No, but it's in that region or a little above. Um, that was a great movie, by the way, where somebody drops a Coke bottle out of the aircraft and a tribesman finds it. It's a very good movie. Valeting is meteor glass. Okay. Grand Canyon, solar flash. I don't think that actually happened, but I think you're picking up there was a cataclysm along the way, and it was very devastating to the target. Okay. Iceberg or glacier caused that event. Could have caused the ice age. I think I'm way off now. No, you're not. Now then he goes, I think it's a Big Mac. Going with that. No, you're actually close with the iceberg or glacier thing. Okay? Giving too much away. Give it a few more minutes. I see a computer chip. Maybe. I don't know. They may have had computer chips. Reset. Ah. But not in the way you think. Okay. Bushman guides must be crazy. It's to do with gods. Well, their perception of gods. Anyways. Give it another minute. So what else could describe? What part of the world is this? Target. You've already see industry. We have farming. We have a rainbow, which is important to the story. It's a little bit older than the pyramids. Okay. Not by much. We have farming, we have industry, we have flourishing people doing things. We have a cataclysm along the way. They may have computer chips. We're not sure. Charles Povins goes, I got feathers. That could be. Cleaning stuff, vacuum. Ancient tech. Yeah. US. OZ. Not quite. Is there a sound? There could be at the moment. If you have a flourishing target, people, I'm assuming that you're picking up because it's a man-made structure with people around it. You would have the sound of people and commerce and people going about their day. And back when it was flourishing, farming, industry, that sort of thing. A little older than the pyramids, not by much. Somebody said Atlantis. It was around that period of time. They had glaciers at one point, which was caused by a meteor strike. So you're picking up all the pieces. Okay. E.T. may have been involved with this. Yeah, I don't think it ever recovered. It was uncovered not that long ago. Okay. ETs may have been involved. Machu Picchu, historical side. Along the same lines. You're in the ballpark. Okay. It's something. I actually had a friend that went to Machu Picchu. Machine sounds. Okay. So the industry and all that sort of thing. Are you ready? Should we reveal? What do you guys say? Yes. Okay. Here we go. It's something that was revealed not that long ago. Gobekli Tepe. Okay. For those who don't know, they just uncovered this ancient city in I forget the country. It's in the Middle East. It is. It turns back our history. Look it up on Google. It's an ancient city that was just found that is older and pushes back our human history by thousands and thousands of years. It was a city. Oh, what's the city? Okay. Yeah, the spelling's right. Gobekli Tepe. Okay. So you can Google it on the side for yourselves. I Google. You'll find it on Google. And it goes back with Randall Carlson and what's his name that's doing all the things around. He does the Fingerprints of the Gods, that book, and all the other books that he's brought out. He had it in his Netflix show. Okay, yeah, there you go. Gobekli. Graham Hancock was talking about it on Joe Rogan not long ago. Thank you. This is a city that predates the pyramids. Okay, and it predates the Ice Age. So when people were picking up glaciers, ice, that sort of thing, and they believed that the glaciers were caused by a meteor strike and caused everything to flash freeze. Okay. Yes. So looks modern. So at some moment in time, Gobleteki had industry, had many colors. The rainbow you may have been picking up is through the biblical story. Okay. If you remember the Bible story of Noah and the flood, that was the promise that God made to the people of the planet that he would never do that again. Right. The rainbow. Um, Meteor strike wiped it out almost like a nuke. Exactly. So you were all in the ballpark on this target. Okay. Very, very good. Charcoal. After fact. Right? Ash. So you're in the ballpark. Okay. And this is making scientists today go, but we thought civilization started here. Now you're telling us it started way back here. So it's basically rewriting our history of people and our civilization. There was a restart. I think somebody had said that in the chat. The stories go that after the big cataclysm, the great flood and all that, there was somebody that went around and re-educated the populace and rebooted everything. Okay, according to the story. So you're in the ballpark. You may not have known of the city. So look it up on Google. There's tons of videos out on it. Reset, Rainbow, very good. Days of Change. Fruity. So that was definitely me being fruity. Or you have to remember at that moment in time that farming, they were doing farming. Okay. So fruit, wheat, that sort of thing. Okay. Yeah. That series told us to watch on Netflix. Now everybody's going to go out and watch that Netflix special. Deserts were also green at one time, not that long ago, about 5,000 years ago, which in history is not that long, actually. Um, that part of the region was actually green, okay, not a desert. So there you go. Now you can do some research on all that sort of thing. Improve your awareness of everything that's around you, and our own histories. Okay. Now, come on, hide. Now for the new one. Now try to do your homework if you can. We got a new one already for you. It's KQTM2042. Okay. So you're going to write that on a clean piece of paper, and you're going to take a moment. It doesn't take long. Throughout your day, just relax and start writing things down that you are picking up about the target. Okay. So you get to describe the colors, the smells, the age of it. Is it man-made? Is it natural? All those things moving forward. Okay. With the new target. Okay. And if you get it, if you label it, it's a mouse for Apple, then that would be known as an analytical overlay, AOL. Okay. And you would write that at the bottom of your sheet, analytical overlay. And then you would try to get rid of that and continue with the describing of the target. Okay. So there you go. You did very, very well today. It was a city around Turkey. That's the area. Okay. Lots of discoveries in that area. Okay. Now, going to the chat for some questions. Do we have any questions? Going back to the chat. So Bob Job, as always, has a good question. When will the TCAP computer processor be introduced to everyone? 3 cards, please. Something I don't know anything about, which is perfectly fine. Probably one of the more important things that's going on right now. Who knows? So make sure you get lots of questions. We got a few minutes left. Okay. So the TCAP computer processor, I don't think it's going to be brought out to the regular people for quite some time. I think it's going to be something held by the people in power until we change that as people ourselves moving forward, right? It may be introduced, but it won't be used by regular people for quite some time. It's going to be just the muckety mucks that are going to be using it in the future. And I'm thinking that some people are going to be creating offshoots of this particular technology for the mass population, a lesser version of it for the regular people coming out. Okay. So whatever it does, I think it's going to be held up for the regular people. Okay. Will UK house prices drop by 50% in 2023? There is going to be a moment in time when all the prices are going to be dropping to almost nothing. But nobody's going to be buying. The regular people won't be buying. This will probably be the moment in time when the entire housing industry is going to be like it did in 2008 or 2008 when that happened. And then we had to recover from that. And the way it happens, it becomes now property of the bank or BlackRock. And because back in 2008, the banks held the mortgages, it becomes very expensive for them. So now they'd rather get rid of them instead of having them on their balance sheets. So I know a lot of people at that period of time that were picking up houses for dirt cheap. The only thing with that is you got to sit on them until the market recovers, right? Won't be for quite some time, this particular question. I don't think it's going to be into 2023. It's going to be 2025 in that period of time when everything is going to be dropping by 50%. There's a whole lot of things that have to happen before that moment in time. I think your money is not tied to mortgages like it is here in Canada. In Canada, our dollar, that's the first thing you learned in financial advising. In Canada, especially in Canada, because I was doing it in Canada, you always want that dollar to be even. Okay. So every time that the dollar dips, you reduce the price of mortgages, okay, or the length, encouraging purchasing of mortgages, right? And that'll bring the dollar back up. So when the dollar is going too high, okay, which probably won't be happening for a while, you take your mortgages and you put the percentage up, discouraging people to buy. Okay, I think UK may have something very similar. Okay, so discouraging people for buying houses. Okay, and that'll bring the dollar down. See how that works? So in 2008, what happened is dollar went, the economy, they dropped all the houses, mortgages, but nobody was buying. So they kept dropping them, which was a big kerfuffle. And we're still recovering from that 2008. Many, many years later, they never actually fixed the problem. They put a Band-Aid on the problem. But I'm thinking that it's not the price drop in UK. It's not going to be till 2025, I believe I said. So we're going to have to struggle through that for quite some time. Okay? Hope that helps you out. There's some quick ones. Some people picking 12,000, 14,000 USD soon for BTC. Will it be January? Pendulum. Yeah, it's saying, it's going to go to that area. It's going to be quite some time until it really starts to ramp back up to where it should be. There's going to be some other thing that's going to be happening that's going to be driving the market down. And that's probably the 12,000, 14,000 drop down. It's not because everybody's selling, it's because of the dollar and all the it's going to be the other traditional market that's crashing. That's going to be affecting the dollar price of cryptocurrencies. Okay, that'll be the next thing that's going to be happening. in the world where the traditional markets are going to be, okay, which is going to be bringing the Bitcoin price, not because people are selling it overly, it's because the dollar prices dove down, okay, because everything's interconnected, okay, and then, like I had said in the past, crypto market's going to be recovering faster than the traditional market. Traditional market is very slow to recover. Okay. Right now we're seeing them keep putting band-aids on the old system and hoping that it survives everything that's going on. Okay. By printing more and more money. That's the only thing they know how to do. And we're going to be getting back to that. And you got the interest rate that going on, which is a recipe for disaster, really. It's the rock in a hard place. But as I had stated in one of the last shows, is part of that is why they're buying so much Bitcoin is to back up the fiat currency, to support it with current cryptocurrency. So this is why the cryptocurrency market is going to be recovering faster than the traditional market. Is now they're going to have to get everybody excited about cryptocurrencies, commercials, and regulation. This is so they can raise the price of cryptocurrencies to support the fiat currencies. Because you have to remember, if you're paying attention, many of the big companies, banking, BlackRock, Fidelity, are buying assets like crazy to back up and support their ledger, okay, their books. Because there's a thing going to be that just happened where all banks have to reveal that all the money that they have in circulation is actually backed up by something real. And that's what we're seeing right now. So now they're going to want that price to go up to support the fiat currencies. And this goes along hand in hand with something a lot of other psychics were saying, that there's a new currency going to be coming out. It's the old currency, actually, that's going to be supported by actual assets like gold, silver, Bitcoin, that sort of thing, properties. This is why we're seeing BlackRock buying up all kinds of properties to back up the fiat currency. So they're rushing to get all the assets in place to back up all the quadrillion dollars that they printed in the last little while. Okay, so now very, very soon they're going to be advertising with singing monkeys and dancing girls on where to buy those cryptocurrencies. Get excited, right? That's going to be their message to the people now that they own at least 60% of the Bitcoin or Ethereum. Big banks and all that, 60% of all Ethereum are owned by banks and big money players. I think it's 80% of Bitcoin is owned by the banks and the big money people as well. So it's going to be the old system in crypto. We have all the crypto, and we'll give you some too. That's okay. Okay, so make sure you get in your Bitcoin and putting it on a Trezor wallet and move forward from there, because that's their plan. Okay, they're gonna want to own everything, and you have nothing. That's what they're doing. And now we're gonna fight over all the crumbs, just like the old days, right? So once that happens, and now there's a huge demand for Bitcoin, Ethereum, poof. But that won't be for a little bit of time yet. I think they need to own a little bit more of that cryptocurrency, okay, and lord it over us. Okay, how much time? Ooh, we're at the hour. precious metals are going to be going up to answer some of these quick questions, because that would be one of the assets that's going to be backing up the fiat currencies that everybody's buying at tremendous rates. So that's going to be going up as well. Silver, gold, platinum, those things are going to be awesome to own if you have the means. Okay. I'm just going through the chat here. Scrolling. If you're wondering what I'm doing. We'll go through this one. They will not allow us to use BTC. Yes, they will. It's just controlled. As long as they control the exchanges and the on and the off ramps, they're okay with that. Okay. You will use an exchange that we say that you're going to use, or that we tell you to use, because it's US approved. That's what all the FTX thing was, right? To get everybody afraid. Now we need big government to come in and help us. Even though it was something that they did. So they're protecting us from them. When you can actually take your Bitcoin and put on a Trezor wallet and custody it's yourself. Okay? So they will allow us to use the BTC, but when they are ready. Okay? And then it's going to go up in crazy price. Okay? So with that said, we're at the hour already. Where's my thing? There it is. Chat. Hide. I'm getting used to this. There we go. So it always a great show. Make sure you do your homework, right? If you can. Okay. Just ease into it. Do the thing. Relax, and you'll be surprised on how much you pick up. Okay. Just a reminder that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it on your calendar so you don't miss out. If you like to have a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where all that information is there. If you like a healing as well, as one of our regulars has been doing in the last couple of days, the wife offers Reiki healing for anybody who's interested in that. Just email me on the same email, okay? And I'll let her know. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where we have the affiliate link for the Trezor wallet, okay, and some other affiliate links there. If you should happen to buy one, know that we make a little bit of money from that. Until I think that's everything. Okay, so Tuesday's show, I'll go through many of the questions that we missed in today's show, and make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.